Just as no individual can be free all by themselves, so no nation can be free all by itself. And the United States has been the nation that has lit the light of democracy around the world.
Yeah, I'm Patrick Murphy. I'm the first Iraq vet elected to Congress. I served in Northeast Philadelphia and all of Bucks County. I served 2 terms. I left Congress and eventually became the acting Secretary of the Army, which was an honor to lead our men and women in the Army out of the Pentagon. I think what makes David O so special is that he's a person who wore the cloth of our country, served in the U.S. Army, was airborne, and then came back home to our town in Philadelphia and bent over backwards for our brother and sister veterans to make sure that he bridged the gap from the Vietnam generation that wasn't treated the right way to the Iraq, Afghanistan generation, my generation of combat veterans. When we came home, he made sure that he represented the voice of our brother and sister veterans to make us feel welcome. He was leading from the front to take care of our brother and sister veterans coming home. When I came back home to Philadelphia, David O was one of the real leaders in our city. Was one of those guys that was, him and Dan Bozak ran the 82nd Airborne Veterans Association in Greater Philadelphia. Both those guys, Dan Bozak as a Teamster, and obviously David O as a future councilman, but someone who's a lawyer and an activist in our city, really wrapped their arms around me and made me feel welcome. And I made sure I wasn't one of those veterans who fell through the cracks. So I will always be grateful for David O and people like Dan Bozak. But I will tell you, David O, to go see him go on to be the only veteran in the Philadelphia City Council, to bend over backwards for our brother and sister veterans, to do what's necessary to move our city in the right direction, I think is pretty awesome. But one of the reasons why I've always loved and supported David O is because he's a person that, 1, is a veteran, 2, is a workhorse, not a show horse, gets things done, and 3, he represents our values. He's a person who's never forgot where he came from. He has really had a distinguished career, not just in the legal profession, but also the military profession, and is trying to use those experiences of his life to bend over backwards, to help, to have that row house mentality, to help to the person on his left and his right, to take care of them when they're in need.